Audio, welcome to my Magi chapter 256 raw review. Now, apparently, I couldn't wait for the Magi 256 chapter to come out. So I decided I'd go on the internet and search it up, and I searched Magi 256 raw to actually read the raw, just look at the pictures and do all the stuff. I can't read Japanese by any means, so I just look at the raw, the pictures, and just wait for the translation to come out. So apparently, I found a Tumblr post that has the translation, which I actually be looking in the side, and basically I already read the translations and I have the raw actual page here. But I believe I'm recording this video currently at February 22nd at 10:24 p.m. I have no idea when the actual Magi chapter will come out. Hopefully it comes out maybe in 23rd, 24th, but I'll be uploading on this video on the 23rd at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's talk about this chapter. Basically, I'll be sure to link the Tumblr post and the actual raw in the comment description below. Also in the comment section below, I might do for people who don't look at the description. So by the time I'm recording this video, the actual translation for the chapter is not out. This is a separate post translating everything else, and this is actually a separate thing. So basically, translations are not on the page, then a different Tumblr post. So let's talk about basically Aladdin versus Judah, whatever. They were having their battle, and Aladdin used King Solomon's magic once more. Judah is the whole counterattack, and since Aladdin's trying to how his father could look at the invisible vectors of the world, and obviously he was able to use that vector to defeat Ilaha, and obviously I believe his father Solomon David, I believe his name is Solomon David, who basically went evil as well. And Judah was like, that's right, you think of yourself too much. Some people were able to turn back an opponent's spell right back at him, counters as Al-Mantaran's ultimate magic. Don't make me laugh. So obviously and Aladdin's acknowledging the fact that he can't use the magic. He just wanted to use it to obviously show off he was able to use it, but he still hasn't fully mastered. It is said, Aladdin said this in the raw, in the extra translation, it is said that King Solomon, who's also my father, was able to see the invisible vectors that lies in his world. That's why he could control it and won the battle against David, Arthurman, and apparently he also faced Arthurman. Oh yeah, I think he did face against Arthurman. I forgot about that. And since you can't see these pairs of eyes cannot see the invisible vectors of the other dimension. They attack. Judah attacks him. Obviously, I don't think that counts as a review. I count me as actually physically talking about it as well. So they do on the whole battle and everything else. And eventually, if you go down, they decide to actually switch to freaking Hakuryuu versus Alibaba. They were having their battle as well. I'm sorry to keep looking to the side. Now I'm going to be looking at the other side to obviously see the pictures as well. So they're having their battle as well. And we can see that Judah got the upper hand in the battle with Aladdin right now. And Hakuryuu actually has the upper hand in him since he decided to actually switch gens, whatever. And Alibaba was like, I have to stop you, whatever. Let me go back to actually see what he says that. He says he has to, obviously how Almost being able to stop him since he's a tree versus fire as well. He's using elemental advantage to his thing as well. He's, talking, he's monologuing, he's also battling as well. So you can see at first he has the upper hand, but obviously, freaking Hakuryuu decided to switch to Bilal. He decided to do another Jinn equip, a very quick Jinn equip as well. So definitely, we can definitely see, his speedy Jinn equip. Obviously, Alibaba was like, are you really, or whatever he thinks he's not acknowledging the fact that he's actually, his friend, because, he changed so much in the period, whatever. And apparently, here's the main key. Apparently, freaking, Hakuryuu grabbed it. He can do two Jinn equips at the same time. Apparently, so he learned to Jinn equip his second one at the same time, according to this translation as well. And apparently Hakuryuu decided to use freaking Zygon's attack to actually grab Alibaba's leg, and apparently he chops his leg off and uses Bilal's magic at the same time. He said he can already freely use his second full body Jinn equip that fast. Hakuryuu prepares to attack. Obviously more of a battle chapter again, obviously, and we can see some things that Hakuryuu's definitely hiding some techniques as well. I must apologize if I keep looking to this side, that side. What can it, right? I need to be able to actually read to understand. It's one of those reviews that I bought because this is one of those opportunities that I get to actually see the freaking translation one side and the actual manga chapter on one side as well. He said Hakuryuu uses Zygon's strength and uses a tree branch to hold on Alibaba's leg. He says Zygon's plans. Hakuryuu uses a scythe to cut Alibaba's leg. So obviously, Zygon's able to make a scythe or whatever. He was able to physically cut his leg off. Apparently, I feel like, Hakuryuu, what's Hakuryuu gonna do, man? I think he uses Bilal's magic to actually do like, so imagine his leg is cut off, or maybe make it a lot more worse pain. Since Bilal is mind magic, he's actually has the composition magic, you can obviously affect with his mind as well. What's Hakuryuu gonna do? Is he gonna put Bilal's magic in a fake leg and put it on him to even control him even more? Since Hakuryuu did say it will take a couple of days, obviously, for him to freaking use Bilal's magic on him as well. So that's really interesting to see as well. So we'll be looking through this. You know what? I don't think I'll call it a review. I don't know if I should call it a review. It's more my impressions actually reading the thing. So let's look. A little dead science is gonna be the first second. It's clear the red Zygons or someone's even harder to deal with. If I can't defeat someone stronger, then it's all worth this, whatever. So this was before the whole cutting of the leg, where we were saying, you know, if I can't defeat Zygon or Bilal, then, you know, all worth it. I cannot get my friend back. We can see Alibaba definitely has the intentions to get Hakuryuu on his side. So definitely that's really interesting as well. And by the way, if you made it to this, I'll be linking both in the screen below. Also, maybe I'll take some screenshots and show you the actual Tumblr post. Hopefully the actual transitions are. Then maybe I'll actually do the actual in review. I could call it like an impressions / you know, summary, whatever as well. So let's go back to the Judar vs Aladdin battle. See if I missed something as well. It's where to control the invisible power. What at this point, man, you're risking your life in order to fight me. So obviously Judar's playing getting the upper hand, and Hakuryuu's getting the upper hand. So the Dark King and the Black Magi's playing getting the advantage so far. They're showing some hidden techniques as well. And Aladdin, he needs to be able to he can't master Solomon's magic just yet. Obviously, he can't see the invisible vectors, because, you know, before we could see him using the invisible vectors in previous chapter, deflecting, you know, freaking his Judar's composition magic of second and 5-time magic, the Ice Tornadoes. He's able to counter that, but, you know, he's not able to counter anything else. He's just showing off the magic. If you think he knows how to use magic, but he just, you know, he doesn't really know how to use it. It's basically beginner's luck in a way. He's been trying to master it. He can go to the, you know, this path to get the right magic. Who knows if we'll ever find it. And let's see, there are only 4 Magas in the world. He needs to be able to beat him, obviously, because he thinks he's the one destined to beat Judar and bring him to the bright side. Because, you know, these guys are not trying to beat them. They're basically trying to bring them back to the other side, which I kind of regret. They need to be able to actually defeat them for good, or even kill them if worse. Because if they do that, freaking Hakuryuu is gonna go to freaking I can't remember. No, if I can go to Ball Bat, there go to Ball Bat, obviously, you know, possess all the freaking, you know, manipulate all the people to, obviously, since the freaking, what's that play? I said before, if you watch my update video, I have a very short term memory. I can't remember that freaking Ball Bat is gonna basically manipulate all people Ball Bats in the part of the co-empire. Obviously, take down Ball Bat if they don't stop him for good. Obviously, they're not doing it. They're not trying to stop him for good. All they're doing is just trying to bring them to the good side and convince them not to do anything bad. Obviously, maybe, who knows, maybe they're trying to truly stop him, but we all know that freaking Alibaba's not going to stop him and actually let him go and do his thing, because you can see Alibaba's a very caring person. He kind of is manipulative, but in a way he's a really caring person as well. And let's see, Hakuryuu's original plan. Let me read that. I forgot. See, I keep scrolling randomly just to see them, because obviously I got the premise of it, and I just need to see pictures, because I feel like I'm reading a light novel this time around, a translation for a night novel, which I've never read. But let's see. I originally planned to use only Zygon to defeat you, but I guess I just had to use my other gens. So you definitely thought, you know, Hakuryuu thought Alibaba would be easy, but he's not easy at all. So who really knows what's gonna happen in the next chapter. I just can't wait to actually physically, you know, be able to see the scenes and actually read it, because, you know, obviously he's switching back and forth to everything else. It's kind of weird, and my internet really isn't the best right now. So overall, that's gonna be a video. If you guys enjoy this raw discussion, impression, review, whatever you want to call it, summary, it doesn't really matter what you call it. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, because it does help a lot. Share the video, and I'll be sure to link everything in the description below. I know I said this 3 times, and all my social media stuff will be in the description below as well. If you have any discussion things to say, also I'll be linking the comment section below. If you guys don't read the descriptions, you can see the comment section. So like the video again, comment below, go to the comment section, you will see everything you need to see there. My name is PlasmaRPG, and I'll see you guys later. Farewell.